Hi, spots and cheap pops. Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Silicon Steve Valli, and I'm with my partner on the show, the reigning Purple Nurple champion, Vladi Dadi. How are you doing, Mr. Vladi Dadi?
Hey, man, I'm doing really good. It's great to be back here, and some dust has settled, and looks like we're going to approach some ratings by our friend Dave Meltzer.
That's right, folks. If you did not know, and I'm sure you did, AEW Double or Nothing happened 1 week ago tonight, and Vladi Dadi and myself, we wanted to hold off so we can get together and really dissect some of the things that happened in AEW over the last week or so, but we also wanted to dive into Dave Schmeltzer's reviews. Everyone loves his star ratings. Everyone loves to get the big star ratings and be on Meltzer's good side. So we decided, I watched the pay-per-view. Vladi Dadi, you did not have a chance to check it out. I'm going to go through and we'll see what I think of these said star ratings, because every once in a while you might have a feeling Meltzer might play favorites with the kind of matches when given the stars on the certain matches. Every once in a while.
You don't say.
If you didn't know
please.
this is a good formula. If it's in the Tokyo Dome, you are already plus 1.5 stars, which is a fantastic thing. If you are a main event with Okada in the Tokyo Dome, you get 16 stars.
Immediately.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That part was a lie. But obviously Dave Meltzer very coveted to get these stars. Okay. I think it's full of shit. It's like Siskel and Ebert used to judge movies. They couldn't stand Police Academy 2. I thought it was fucking great. So I don't really care what Dave Meltzer thinks, X, Y, or whatever. So the respect he gets is whatever. I agree with him sometimes, and sometimes I don't. Let's get into it, Vladi Dadi. And why don't we start with the main event of the evening, Blackpool Combat Club taking on the Elite in Anarchy in the arena. And Schmeltzer gives it 5 stars. Wow. Vladi Dadi, I don't even know where to start with how this wasn't a 5-star match. There were times I was laughing at it because it was almost a joke.
And you are the king of the Elite.
No, I'm a monster fan of everybody involved in this match. With the exception of Wheeler Yuta, I'm not there yet.
He's a little shit.
But he's a good young wrestler. He's an excellent in-ring performer. A lot of potential. And I've been somewhat impressed. For him to be in this match, it's a godsend to him, and he should be very grateful. And obviously, he might be a future world champion one day. He's not there yet. He's not there yet.
Let me ask you, with that thought, did everybody else die, and that's how he became champ? Or
hey, we don't know how long in the future what happens. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. But the fact is that I don't want to kill this match because I'm one of these cats that just want to bury all Elite wrestling. They come out. The Elite comes out, and it was whatever. They come out to
Kansas,
and they really thought this was going to be more over than it is.
It sucks.
They come out, and there's that slow part where they're in the ring and they want the whole audience to start cheering it. Ain't that great of a song?
It's not. And there's never been a moment, even when they returned. Sorry.
And they tried. That's the thing. You see Matt Jackson with all of his might trying to get this over. He's doing everything he can to will people. The problem is, Matt, no one's giving a shit of what you've done for a year and a half on television. That's the problem, okay? So you guys come back because you have that beautiful connection. And by the way, I get having great connections with their dad. There's a beautiful story to this song with them. I get that. It's a personal level. But this isn't the Massey backyard picnic. This is professional wrestling. People don't know that song well enough to chant with it like it's Judas. Sorry. And that's what started it. And I'm like, and I honestly felt bad because I saw how hard Matt Jackson was singing to the crowd to get them to try to sing. And I don't know. It was sad. I hate to say it like that. I'm not feeling bad for the Bucks because they got plenty of money and they've changed the game in any capacity you want to say. And they really held tag team wrestling together with a couple other teams for over a decade. So God bless them. But their rich ideas, I mean, if they really thought that Kansas was going to get over, where they went out and paid money to get one of the biggest Kansas song, And people
Tony Khan
know
did.
it didn't work. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. And now, more importantly, it's a lull in the show. It really is. Oh, we have to wait till they're done doing karaoke for Kansas? Okay, great.
And that's perfect because I feel like it is a karaoke moment in the show. Really. I mean, what? They didn't want to go with Dust in the Wind? Obviously, it's a little too slow, right?
And I get it. They have a nice connection with their father, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. But I just wanted to point that out. So their entrance was a dud. I don't know if you would call this a dud or whatever, but last year, Anarchy in the Arena, they played John Moxley's Wild Thing over and over as they, and it was kind of cool, akin a little bit, if anyone remembers, the great legend ECW original New Jack beating the living shit out of people with frying pans and jumping off a 30-foot scaffolding to Natural Born Killers by Dr. Dre. It was similar to that, where they continued the fight through their entrance music. This time, though, with this year, they had a live band there. And here's a picture of the lead singer in the band. Now, there was a bit of a controversy, Vladi, of people saying that he was wearing blackface, but as a connoisseur of BDSM, no, he's actually dressed up like a gimp.
See, but this is strange to me because the only gimp I really know is from Pulp Fiction, and he definitely wasn't dressed like him. So that's my only point of reference.
He had a mask on, but the mask was, he had to sing, so he had to use the face paint, and then he had the red ball right there where you would have the ball, and the ball obviously with Marcellus Wallace had as well. I get that. That's the only gimp you know.
How many gimps do you know?
Personally, or pornography that I've masturbated to?
No, that's all TMI. How about personally?
I don't think I know any.
Well, you just have some sort of fantasy world going on here.
It wasn't blackface. I'm not going to call it that, but it definitely wasn't poor taste. And whoever, with today's sensitive political climate, you probably should have thought twice about it. I didn't hear too much of a backlash. It wasn't like it was the craziest thing. My biggest problem with this band, they do the entrance theme. They play Wild Thing. Then they start a big fight, and they're fighting each other, and they just fighting out in the audience, which I don't love that kind of style. Meltzer gave it 5 fucking stars. 5 stars. I don't know if Steamboat Savage got 5 stars. There's a laundry list of matches that were 10 times better than this in every way that didn't get 5 stars. So I don't know what the hell happened. It's not like Meltzer's friends with anybody in that match.
You don't think?
Anyway.
Did they use the Meltzer driver in that match, by the way?
No, they did not.
That would have garnered another star, probably.
So, as the Blackpool Combat Club, this is a 5-star match. This Jackoff called this a 5-star match. This band is playing Wild Thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. They stop the song. The band stops, and you think it's done. Okay, cool. Then they start the fucking song again. They don't start from the beginning. They just do Wild Thing, you make my heart sing. Just over and over and over. I mean, how many times? And it's a live band, and it never sounds that good when you're listening to it at home. They're fighting, and it was a wild scene. I will say the crowd was really, really into it because everyone's fighting in the crowd with them. So that was a cool thing. They love Anarchy in the Arena. It gets over. Okay. But these dudes are keep on playing. And this is, I mean, they must have been out there for 15 or 20 minutes playing the same song. And as a musician, I can't tell you how aggravating that would have been playing that song over and over again. Now, obviously, you get the paycheck, it's what have you. So they finally get to a spot while they're still playing the song. The Elite curried favor, and they fought the Blackpool Combat Club to the outside. And they were going to do a 4-way dive to the outside. He's going to blow someone's face up with a super kick. That's what he's going to do.
He's a shoe bomber.
He's a shoe bomber. He gets in the ring. Moxley has, I believe, his brother Nick in a Boston Crab. And they're doing Kenny's Terminator star, like,
da-dum, 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 da-dum.
Nobody heard it because the band was still playing. So the crowd couldn't add to that. They couldn't have any part of it. It was a spot that just completely was wasted. Completely wasted, if you care. You get the crowd going. I mean, why else would you do that unless you wanted the crowd to be part of it? So that didn't work because they're still singing Wild Thing while this guy is dressed up like a gimp with a red ball painted over his mouth in complete leather, shocking everyone that knows nothing about that scene. And it didn't look good either. So they blow that spot. And look, these guys busted their ass. It was an overall good match, but 5 stars, no goddamn way. Nice little spot. Couple other things happen. They have a Claudio pile drives Matt Jackson in a pickup truck. And then you don't see Matt Jackson for a while. This is one of the biggest reasons why this match is not even close to 5-star. It was a good brawling match. It was exciting. Great finish at the end. It was a really good ending with Takeshita coming out. Even though Callis almost blew the spot, Takeshita had to hop over Callis to hit Omega with a knee, and that looked a little awkward, but it worked. Thank God. But before we get to that big shocking moment, which I think we both predicted Callis was going to have a part in this, before we get to that moment, Matt Jackson finally makes his way back, and he got himself an explosive shoe, and Matt Jackson gives a super kick, the second biggest super kick of the weekend, third really. My dog Jimmy, what up? Matt Jackson kicks Jon Moxley in the face with an exploding shoe. And here's a shot at the still. Literally blowing Moxley's face clear up. Moxley's face is eviscerated. It has been absolutely microwaved to oblivion. Moxley is dead. His face is burned. An explosion. He literally had a kick explode in his face.
Matt Jackson had it. And Matt Jackson had to get clearance and a license to go and utilize this prop. Just want to add that.
And having to have an explosive strapped to your leg, that's got to be a little bit nerve-wracking. It's certainly not something you would typically do in a match. No. So Matt Jackson kicks this motherfucker right in the head. Head explodes. Moxley prior dumped a bunch of thumbtacks over the mat. They fight for 91 more seconds after having his face explode by a super kick. Good news is Moxley was okay. He wasn't only okay and was able to finish the match. He returned in 91 seconds to give that same Matt Jackson an atomic drop on thumbtacks. Oh. He was in the ring for like 15 seconds prior to set the thumbtacks up and everything. It's not like that was just 91 seconds to him atomic dropping him. Why would you do that spot that looked so fucking amazing just to have this dude show back up in 91 seconds and act like you just gave him a regular super kick? Hell, that wouldn't even been a good sell if it was a super kick, a regular one. How do you say and do all that and have that mean anything? It does, like, how could you have that spot and have that dude back in the ring within 2 minutes? They had Moxley like he's freaking RoboCop. Like, it was dumb. It's beautiful. It was a beautiful production. Certainly better than the last time they wanted something to explode.
I doubt they use the same company.
And thank you so much for watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. Please hit the subscribe button, comment, tell us what you think, and here endeth the lesson.